What's up, warriors? Welcome back to the channel. I can't wait to show you what we're going to do today. What we're going to do today is we're going to take a night vision hog hunting rifle. We're going to change it over to a battle rifle. Stick with us. All right, here's what we're going to start with. We got to really hand it to and say thank you very much to Trijicon for providing some optics choices for us to build a couple different versions of what we're going to do. Obviously mission specific, right? This gun, as we said, I built this gun, been running it for, I want to say 3.5 years, to hunt hogs at night. It is an Aero Precision. I think it's an M4E1 upper, FDE coated, phenomenal gun. I love it, all Magpul. It's a 300 blackout, so it does stop hogs and punches them pretty hard. It's not going to reach out there as far as a 308 or something like that, but it's been working really, really good for me. So we want to change the mission of this thing, and how you do that, right? You want to change your engagement distance. You want to change the accessories you have, what you can see, and how you can reach out and touch somebody with the same weapon system. I find that intriguing. It's going to be a blast. So let's go over what Trijicon sent, because I'm so excited to put this stuff on. All right. First and foremost, we'll start with the smaller one. One of the options for a battle rifle is you need quick acquisition, like in CQB or in a small terrain environment, and you need a good quality red dot with great glass. Trijicon was kind enough to send us this MRO SD. I know the older MROs had some issues with them. They've been mostly fixed, if not all, with the SD model. You can see here, and we'll give you some close-ups in a minute. Huge window, very quick acquisition, and that's what we're looking for, what we're doing. But let's say you do want to zoom in. You do want to take a more well-placed shot through a window, hostage scenario, hunting, right? Maybe your property is smaller, like I used to have 10 acres, and maybe you just are shooting at 60, 50, 25 yards. They do have the magnified 3X option to put with this behind it. So we're going to mount this on one of our today. I think we've selected another gun in our inventory. I think my son's rifle, as a matter of fact, that we're going to put this on. That is going to be part of this series that we're going to do in building some battle rifles and changing some things over. Today, and this is what I'm super excited about, we're going to run an LPVO on this and turn it into a daylight battle rifle, right? So Trijicon, in support of another project that I work on as well, and we're also going to use it for this project, sent us the Credo 1x8. First of all, these boxes, man, phenomenal. Trijicon knows how to package their stuff. Durable, it never gets damaged when it gets here. I know that it left the factory the same as it arrives to me. I have some great boxes to take them in if I ever want to change over and store them, etc. But this is their brown colored. I like to say brown. It's more brown than tan, right, if you compare it. 1x8 Credo. Comes with nice caps on it. Take care of it. We'll go over this in great detail. We'll do an actual review of it itself, but the glass is phenomenal in this thing. The zoom is phenomenal. I'm so excited. It is one of the heavier sights. That's known to be with the Credo line because of its durability and what you can put this thing through. It's an absolute tank. That's why they have a ton of military and police contracts with these. So we are going to build this. Stand by. It's going to be a blast. All right. So another question we had as soon as we started to dream up this build is we got with Trijicon and said, hey, this is the environment that we're going to be using it in. These are the folks that are probably going to be using it. This is the project that we're working on. What are your suggestions? These are the two different magnification and optics mounts and optics options for that. You're talking anywhere from 50 to 100 yard engagements, max 100 yards in buildings, in corporate settings, things like that. So we've got the two options. Once we received the Credo, the LPVO in the mail, I said, well, what is your best recommendation on a mount? I have an Aero Precision mount on this currently. I have an extra Aero Precision mount, ended up being a 30 millimeter. It will not work with this. They sent me their optics mount, their cantilever optics mount. We'll give you some video of this. Fantastic. I'm heavy on durability, as you can see throughout this video. I'm heavy on long lasting, counting on something if I absolutely, God forbid, need it. This is my purpose. This is what these rifles are being built for. So they provided this. And then what we're going to do is put it all together. We'll show you how to mount it. We'll show you how to properly mount and get your eye box or your eye relief set perfectly on an LPVO with a battle rifle of this nature. And we'll walk you through every step of it. And then we'll zero it, we'll shoot it, and see how this thing operates and give you some final thoughts. I like to mix in some statistic. Maybe we'll splash them on the screen. Maybe we'll go over it on another part of the video on the actual specs of the sights themselves, kind of what they do, what they're about. But again, if you haven't already got onto this, this channel is for your beginners and your novices, just learning from things we've learned. We're going to learn from this process. We're mounting yet another scope. You always learn something each time. And we're going to build a different battle rifle system. We're going to learn each time. Maybe it's heavy, maybe it's light, maybe it works, maybe we prefer 5.56. We don't know until we put it all together. Maybe we add a co-witnessed or a usable red dot on top or side, which is called either piggyback or angle mounted, counter mounted on this. We don't know until we get it set up, we play around with it. We have some other things coming for the battle rifle. We got a Surefire coming for it, because obviously now it's a battle rifle. It doesn't need that giant IR light that is typically with your night vision stuff. I was looking around for it. I think I have it somewhere. And we also have a FDE suppressor coming in from Northreach manufacturer that we're super excited about. I got the email yesterday. So this has become a pretty cool battle rifle right off the bat. So let's dig into it. I think we should start trying to mount this sucker. What do y'all think? Hey guys, I just want to take a minute to thank our sponsor for this video, Trijicon, makers of some of the best, most durable, and longest lasting optics on the planet, whether it be for your rifle, whether it be full-size SRO for your main duty gun, RMR for a mid-size, or even the compact carry, all the way out to long range. They make some of the best glass and some of the cleanest I've ever even used. And I'll be honest with you, I've been using Trijicon solely on my red dots for many, many years. I've tried other things, but always ended up back with Trijicon. So I really like to thank them for the support of the channel, and hopefully we keep this relationship going. We're going to start off with placing this gun in a vise, leveling it out every direction that you can, remove the old sight, show you what you need to get prepared, and we're going to mount this sucker. So first thing I'm going to do is make sure this thing's level this way, which we did. It's level. It's imperative you get it level both ways, because that's what your optic is going to work off of. We are good to go level. Things you're going to need, and it doesn't matter what brand, but you're going to need a torque screwdriver. The torque settings for the top of your mount are going to be 28 inch pounds, okay? And it's imperative that you do inch pounds. Trust me, if you do it the wrong way, you'll be sorry. You want to take them apart, have your cantilever mount staged as so, keep your screws separate. It's up to you if you Loctite the screws or not. There's a lot of discussion about that. Do what you want. I'm probably never going to remove the mount from this scope, so we're going to do it that way. So first thing we're going to do is remove this. It's going to be hard because I have this thing really wrenched on there. As remove this thing. All right, we got the old side out. Looks kind of naked. What a bare canvas, man. Looks beautiful, ready to go. Put that aside. Let's take our new cantilever mount. What you want to do is pre-stage it. There's a couple ways to do this. Some people like to do what's called a wet mount, where you can actually put a little bit of oil here, a little bit of oil there. It does help get inconsistencies in surfaces. Like this is obviously black. This is a FDE Cerakote, so they're a little bit different coatings. It helps with that and helps to slide into place. Doesn't torque as much as you tighten it down. I'm not that concerned. This gun's pretty clean. We're going to go ahead and mount it. It worked out in my last mount as well. So you want to pre-stage it and set this thing up. And I think I wanted it here. And here's how you want to basically set it up for starters. It could be adjusted later depending on who you are, but this is what I like to do. I like to center the mount in between on each sides of the turrets so that it supports as much as possible. You want to start obviously with your LPVO, your scope, even with your charging handle. If you do mount the weapon and look through it, you should have no blackness on the sides. You should have a full eye box is what they call. So I like that. Let's start it there. Then what we want to do is, not all sights, Trijicon does have a very flat turret on the top that I can make sure it's level. If not, take the turret off, and when there's the actual apparatus you turn inside the turret box, those will always be flat too. So you can take the turret cover off and use that. This one happens to be flat. So we're going to need to spin this a little bit. and that is pretty darn good. That's why I want pretty equal distance. Let's place our caps on there. Now again, the caps need to be torqued down to 28 pounds. That's per the manufacturer and most of your sites, most of your LPVOs. The mount itself is suggested at 65 pounds. A lot of guys just make it good and tight, the old German way, and that's been fine in my experience. The other one was good and way too tight when we took it off, but I never had any issues with that. So we're going to start doing that. Make sure we remain level as we do it. We're going to go from there. Now, whether or not you want to add a little bit of Loctite to your screws or not, that is for you to decide how often you're going to change the mount, how often you're going to change the sight. This mount is going to be married to this sight. I'm only using one drop at the bottom of the thread just for it to catch at the bottom. That's all I'm mainly concerned about. Let's get these in here. All right, so now we've got it good and tight on the cantilever mount, leveled the gun, leveled the mount, the scope itself. We're going to crank down. I like to use my fingers to make sure we kind of have equal distance on each side of it. It's not massive, but I'm kind of anal retentive that way. We're going to start screwing down one direction, go diagonal from it, okay? And then go to the same ones in the front. That one's pretty good. And then go across. I'll go back here to the opposites. Always crossing over diagonal across the scope. Okay. I just like to go easy does it, a little bit of time. Okay. To get those torqued again, 28 pounds is what you want. All right. Let's check level again. I don't have the best vise mounting system as of right now, so I might have to hold it for a sec. Okay, if it walks on you, and it will at times walk as you torque, you need to take it apart and make sure it's true. Once it's level and you're happy, take a look through it where you naturally would aim, we're good to go. Here she is, guys. She is going from a hunting rifle to a battle rifle. And she is pretty. Right there. I don't have to move my head. I don't have to chicken neck out. I present that thing. That thing is there. Get to here. Zoom it pretty quickly. Quick access. I like it. Tell me what you think in the comments.